be nice and loud, hopefully. Put it over here. Let me know if you can hear it or not. Phone over here. Lots of things to work on today. Let's see here. Let's get this up. That way people can actually respond. And we will get going here. Bam. Now we're cooking with kerosene. Alright. How you doing today, Emery? Staying out of trouble? Got some crawlers to do. It's backwards. Boop. I'll stand up. This guy is all... Did lots of washing last night, so these are all ready to dry brush next. That's the next step. And then I will definitely spend some time today working on this guy. Did some base coat white on his cloak. It's going to be kind of like that green flowing energy cloak, and then I'll hit it with the airbrush to kind of show a transition going down. It will look hopefully pretty cool when it's done. But we'll get there when we get there. Alright. So we got lots and lots of things to work on. A couple of bugs. Got Son's second D&D figure just basically started. But that's not to be done today. Oh, I got, just to show off, doing a little Athena statue for my mom. Gonna paint it up for her because she likes the classical stuff. It came out pretty darn good. Just a couple of little divots from the supports here and there, but overall looking pretty good. I might find a might use a metal wire to create her spear, which would complete the look there. Didn't print with the spear attached in the design. And then this came out this morning, which is spent a little bit too much time there having to shave down the butt there, make it nice and a little bit flatter. But came out looking pretty good. So got some nicer stuff printed now that I'm kind of testing the limits of this 3D printer. Move this camera up a little bit because you know I'm going to bash my head into it over and over again. Get everything set up perfectly. That looks pretty good. Yeah, kind of woke up this morning knowing it was going to be a day, and sure enough, it's been a day. Just sort of get through it. I had a video lined up, but some of the recording was bad, so I'm going to have to redo it this weekend and get it posted on Monday. See. Alright, we're gonna bust out the green ink again. Definitely use this a lot with the Robot Legion stuff and Necrons when I paint Necrons. We're gonna need a lot of it today because of the cloak here. We'll get it spread. Need a brush. We'll get going here. So you can tell I was doing washing last night because my thumb is still stained even after a shower. Good times. Alright, so nice bright green. And then later on I will use the airbrush to do a transition from a lighter green to a darker color, either a darker green or blue. If you haven't seen my Necrons have a blue tint on the bottom of them, kind of showing that they're on a planet that has some sort of blue haze on it. And so I might keep that for this character just because showing that cool green to blue transition would be pretty awesome. Cannot cheer on acrylic inks enough. They're just 10 types of awesome. This little cloak in the middle here will be gold, but I'm going to do that at the end just because it's easier to do metallics after the airbrushing instead of before and then trying to mask it. So I make extra work. Try to limit that as much as possible. I'm going to see if I can adjust the settings a little bit. This camera is so washed out. Let me see if I can fix it. Lower the saturation a bit. Oh, that's better. Alright, let's pump the saturation up a little bit. Alright, we'll see if that helps. See, that's much closer to reality. The resolution's still kind of is not great. Gonna get his cloak green, and that'll go a long way to helping him come alive here. Or her, or it, whatever robot is. May not be anything. The only tricky part on these resin things when you print them whole is getting all those little nooks and crannies. But I didn't want to print this guy in pieces just because he's so intricate. Seemed like that might be more trouble than it's worth. But we'll get there. It's not too bad. I've painted worse. The pattern on this cloak is cool. It's got those little grooves in it. I'm not going to be able to see it right now. Drink. My hat hit the light. It's got those little grooves in it, like a little honeycomb. That's awesome for this ink, because the ink, of course, will just flow right down in there and fill it in. I'm hoping this guy can really boost the army, make it look like an actual army rather than just a couple of units. We'll see. Bring it all together with a good character. You're hearing my audio, right, Emery? I'm not just talking to myself again like I did last week. Hopefully not. This time I checked to see if that was actually on. That's very important. Go into a 20-minute rant about something and find out the microphone wasn't on the whole time. That's good times right there. Get this going. I'm happy with it already. I love this green. The idea is it's like this energy cloak that he could like throw up and be a shield if he needed it. Plus, it just looks cool. Always have to consider the cool factor when you're choosing your intergalactic armor. Intimidate your enemies. Just looks cool. Cool. Coming along. Those bones will mostly stay this rusty red metallic. Kind of sticking with the theme with the rest of the units in the army. And some greens and purples and reds. It'll look good. I can't airbrush on stream, but I'll get it done and post pictures later. So you have the green base coat. It'll come about halfway down, and then I'll start hitting it with my hat, hitting it with the airbrush, and get it to transition down to blue, or another color I haven't quite totally decided yet. But it'll look cool. Gonna dry. Anything else to hit with green? Nothing else that's ready. That needs another coat of white. What do I want to tackle next? I should do the cloak green up here too. What to do. Some more white. What do you got going on today, Emery? It's the good old Pro Acryl bold titanium white. Let's see if we can get some other areas prepped for green. Do his little cloak here. I think I need a bigger desk. I'm gonna need a bigger room if I wanted a bigger desk. Move you over here, move you over here. Come on here. Is that a little, I think that's a support. Little remnant of a support stuck in here. Get out of there. Get out of there. So paint this little cloak thing green. That'll match his cloak. Look pretty good. Go a little bit closer. A little closer. So I'll just keep hitting my hat against it, and that's the problem. This thing is so fragile. Feels like any time you hold it, it's like on the verge of breaking. Definitely not a robust model. In fact, when it printed, this weapon broke off. You can see how kind of flimsy everything is. Just kind of barely on there. Cool model, just a little risky. I bumped my hat on the camera again. Gonna have to find a different system. Or start wearing my hat backwards. There you go. Super cool now. Super cool. I'm not normally one to wear a hat inside, but it's been a while since I had a haircut, and so no one needs to see that. It's more of a community service at this point. Don't get out to the barber very often. Alright, that's that side. With this Pro Acro white, you really only need to do 2 coats. It is awesome. Alright. Workers were here, did some painting on the bookshelves, and then we're done by 10. So, a little disappointing because I was kind of hoping they would get my son's bedroom done so that I could move stuff into it over the weekend, but apparently they will do that on Monday, which gives me not very much time before Thanksgiving to get everything situated. No pressure, just have the entire family coming over. No problem. No pressure. Alright. Yep, that'll work well with this. It'll match the green cloak. That'll work. Second coat in here. Song. I don't think I'll do that. He's got the ultimate popped collar here. Halfway up the side of his head. Of course the leader would be a frat boy. So typical. Alright. Anything else that needs to be white? I think I'm going to do this little gem thing, but it won't be green. I'll do it in a different color. A little bit too much green, I think. Whatever this doohickey is. I don't know what it is. Let's see. I need to fix this camera. It's pointing up a little bit too hard. There we go. Now I can slouch while I work. See my beautiful mug. It's beautiful. She's got a face for TV. Another reason why this paint's so awesome, it dries so quickly. By the time you're done with one side of the model, white paint is dry on the other side. Stealthy here and get around his fingers. We don't paint in subassembly in this house. No, sir. No, ma'am. Live life dangerously. Paint first, ask questions later. Done! No, not done. Further along than not. Just in the whites department. Let me see if I can encourage others to show up here. I'll post this link here. Sometimes just gotta let people know what you're doing. Sometimes it helps to get the word out. At least let people know that you have a horn on which you plan to toot. Let's see if people want to show up and say hi. Excellent connection. Alright, so let's do the cloak because I still have the green. Now that that's dry. One downside of the acrylic ink, if there is a downside, is that it starts to separate almost instantly. So you just have to remember to stir it. Give it a stir before you use it. But it's pretty obvious once it's separated, so you never forget. Looks so good. I love this honeycomb design. It is a cool thing that I would hope to see on more Robot Legion models. Because those little nooks and crannies do really well with ink and contrast. How's that for a slice of fried gold? Ah, that looks cool. So we'll definitely be what am I painting? I'm painting up a Robot Legion. It's called a Wraith. It's from the One Page Rules Patreon, and it's kind of it's a pretty sizable figure. Let's see if I can find a to scale. Roughly the size of a Space Marine here. This isn't a Space Marine, obviously, but pretty sizable figure. And I print him. I've been printing all of these Robot Legion figures 15% bigger than they're provided, just because I think they're big, have big robot, kind of neck runny type robots. They should be kind of big and intimidating. I like that idea. So they sit just a little bit larger on the base and look a little bit more intimidating. Yep, so we'll get in here. He's gonna have a lot of gold trim in here. Let's do his eyes. We'll do his eyes red because there's already so much green on here. I don't want the eyes to get lost. We'll see how it goes. Come along here. So again, future super fragile but very cool model. It's got arms for days here. He's got 4 arms and some. So let's do some gold here. Close that back up. I won't do the gold on the bottom yet. So again, I gotta hit him with the airbrush, but gold up top we can do. I'll airbrush him this afternoon. He's got his little gold tassels here. Let's pull those out. If you're looking for a channel that does non-metallic metal, you're in the wrong place. I am perfectly fine with metallic metal. Or are you in the wrong place? Alright, thank you, Battle Bond. Thanks for coming by and saying hi. Take care, have a good weekend. Golden tickets. I've got the golden ticket. I probably wouldn't know their words. I gotta come up with a backstory for these robots. They've got kind of a Roman legionary look to them, with the red and purple and rusted colors. I'm thinking maybe some sort of alternate reality where the Roman Empire never fell and then became scientifically advanced, sending out robots across the stars. Maybe some come back and they're not so friendly anymore. Maybe even they don't even understand why they look like the way they do. Just doing what they've always done, going out and conquering, exploring. Looks pretty good. I did get flack once on a stream about painting out of the pot for I don't thin metallic paints. I don't think anybody should thin metallic paints. Kind of defeats the purpose. Defeat the purpose. And some of the paints I use are in the Citadel pots, but I add a little tiny bit of thinner to them so that they're a consistency that I like. I most frequently use them. And so yes, I'm painting out of the pot, but it's not stock. I put my finger on the painting scale. Alright, last one here. Definitely lots of nooks and crannies on this guy. It's going to be interesting when he's done. There's a lot to look at. Oh, 4 more in the back. Spoke too soon. Deliberately not following the news right now. Don't think that would be nice. I don't think it will make anyone any happier. Lots of feelings today. Still support here. Oops. Tons of little supports on this guy. Get out of there. Get out of there. Oh, that was on my freaking brush. Alright, there you go. So yeah, I was definitely seeing this guy as centerpiece for the force. The file itself comes with different options, so you can print out more of them. But of all the options, it really does look like the kind of leader character. So I'm just going to do one, and he can lead the army. This little band of sneaky boys and legionaries. Everyone can have a leader. This guy's there for reference. Emery, are you gonna pick up any of those battle boxes? was thinking about the Necron one. I haven't decided if I want to invest that much money into Necrons now that I can kind of print my own not Necron robots. Plus I already have a ton of Necrons I have yet to paint anyway, and so it's just like one more box that sits on the shelf that I haven't yet gotten to. Don't want to buy it. Don't want to buy it just because it's on sale. I could take that money and I could buy $300 worth of resin and be good for months. Well, at the rate I'm printing, a month, but the point stands. Alright, let's do some of his rings. We're differentiating between quote-unquote bones and bling. Looking better already. Alright, this thing should be definitely gold. Metallics cover all sorts of sins. Bad staying in the lines, just paint a metallic. Problem solved. Definitely digging this model. It's for sure. It's finicky and delicate, but still cool. I can't believe it printed successfully the first time. So you're usually rolling your dice on some of these shapes. Leg bones going here. Not chatty Cathy today. Just kind of getting in the groove here and painting. A piece of white here I need to hit with the red. An oopsie. Let's fix it later. We all could pull off this minimalist clothing design that this guy's rocking. Just live in the tropics. looking good. Now he's got his leg bling done. That's good. Have to do the little trinkets here. Paint the little medallions a different color, but for now they can just get base coated gold. Come back later and hit them with something else, silver. Coming along. Need a running counter for how many times I brush that weapon and almost tear it off. It's got to be a dozen by now. Good there. Here's some sharp elbows here. Some very sharp elbows. I think we're going to need some gold on his crown. Pull it out from the background. Do that while we have the gold out. About pulling things out from the background that you want to emphasize and darkening things you prefer to have in the background. It's all good. So our eyes are drawn to shiny things. Remember reading in a book somewhere that attraction to shiny things was a evolutionary advantage. Early mammalian creatures, our ancestors once were able to find the glint of water in the distance on the African savanna. And so if you're able to get to the water, you got to survive, and so the trait got passed on. May just be manifesting in today's desire for shiny gems and trinkets. And Necrons, of course. Everybody wants more Necrons. And Robot Legion. Alright, what should we paint this little gem? Do you think? I could use a contrast, we could use an ink. I hadn't thought about it. You could do like a purple gem. Where's that purple? You could do a transparent purple and then shade it up and do the edges. else do I have? I could do green, but I don't know. No one's going to offer any, but I'm just going to go purple. Just do purple and see what happens. If it's terrible, I'll paint it white again. Downside of the acrylic ink is they will stain anything. Alright, let's see how this goes. Hold on to your butts. Very dark purple. But just enough of the white shows through that you know that it's purple and not just black. Which is why I base coated it white. It looks almost blue on your screen. I assure you it's purple. I swear. Promise. Wouldn't lie to you about purple. Wouldn't do that. Get like comments. You said it was purple. It's clearly blue. If I say it's purple, it's purple. Coming through that it's purple. It just has a slightly different tint on camera than it does in the real world. At least what I hope is the real world. Because if this is a Matrix simulation, I want my money back. I would love to believe there would be more gunfights in this Matrix. And adventures and treasure hunting. Painting models on a stream on a Friday was not in the brochure. Alright, it's purple. I promise. It's not blue, it's purple. Well, once I pop the edges there and I can do the little balls of energy green in the middle, that will look awesome. So purple was the correct choice there. It's clearly blurple. I'm just gonna make up new colors now. Blurple. It is what I say it is. I will turn this stream around and we will go home. I will pull this stream over. And we'll get out and make a big scene. Right. Looking pretty good. So obviously still lots of gold left to do. Haven't decided what I want to do with this back thing. Almost want to leave it the way it is. Might do silver. But these tassel things on the back need to be gold. This will be gold down the back. But I'll do that after I dry or airbrush. I can do the gold there. Let's do a little bit more gold and we'll figure it out. Fall off that bridge when we get to it. It's purple. God. The more you say it's purple, the more I think it's blue. It could be like a stupid dress. Is the dress blue or is it gold? It's dumb. That's what I've determined. That was the straw that broke the camel's back, apparently. Get this guy painted. I got 3 other walkers to paint. It's definitely going to be a Robot Legion weekend. Oh, what's the staring guy? Stare guy. Person doing the stairs will come in. And then I can't use them for 24 hours, so I won't be able to get down here on Sunday at all. So that means maybe a video on Monday, if I can get stuff done tonight. But it means I have to refilm a bunch of stuff. That's a little chore. And get ready for Turkey Day. Gotta get ready for Turkey Day. Alright, that was the easy side. I'm going to do the hard side. Under the arm, under the, this guy's paying out double on deodorant. 4 arms, 4 armpits. That's alright. No one said you had to have a certain number of arms. Well, actually, looks pretty good because you can just barely see it. Under his arms. It actually does boost out his arms. You can actually see him from the background. And one could ask, why does he have feet if he can just float around everywhere? He's a robot. He can just float. Then why the deal? Why have feet? Alright. Let's see, more gold. Just got a couple of wristbands here. Guess I can do those. Could do just as spikes gold on the back. Let's try it on one and see how it looks. Yeah, that works. That looks pretty good. Not too shabby. So once again, resist the urge to rip the weapon off with my clumsiness. Yeah, that'll do. To the other side here. I need to find some more non-trademark music to play. Because I usually paint with either an audiobook playing or music, but I can't do that on a stream, or YouTube will ding me for copyright. Awfully quiet down here. All I can hear is the gentle hum of the 3D printer printing out more battle mechs. Because, of course, it is. Alright. Oh, I forgot to do the other side. Fine. Do both sides. Look at the model from more than one direction. You insist. I wonder if there's any like pro painters out there who are like used to posting their stuff on Instagram and Twitter, and they just do half the model. So just the side that faces the camera. Save themselves some time. It's real pretty on the back, I promise. Okay. That would just be super lazy. You can only ever look at the model from this direction. I promise. It's glorious on the back. Take my word for it. Alright. So I'm a little worried about the weapon, because normally they're green with a little tiny blue tint. In this case, I'm worried that it's too much green. So I'm hesitating to go all green on this weapon as well. If I do, I could do like the blue, a real bright, like electric blue. And that could work. That way his weapon, there's no reason why his weapon has to be the same as his grunts. Let's do it and see what happens. Worst case scenario, we paint it white again. Let's use that really bright blue contrast and see what happens. Where are you? No, not ultramarine. Talisar blue. Where's the Talisar blue? Man, someone should come and organize all this. Sheesh. You pay someone to organize. Just it's messy again. I'm kidding. No one would come clean this up. There it is. Let's go with Talisar blue and see what happens. Let's see. Alright. No one gives me crap about painting out of the contrast bottle, at least. Alright. Cross our fingers. No, honestly, I've done this before with Stormcast weapons, so I kind of know what it's going to look like. But it'll go well with the green. The weapon's actually behind his leg here, so bend it ever so slightly. Very gently here. Super gentle weapon holder. Alright, that was a correct choice right there. That was good call. So I'll come back and I'll edge it with an almost pure white. It'll be a very bright color. And it will grab those edges and really pop. That'll work. So I'll do the same thing to the top of the weapon here once I paint that white. We'll be off to the races. Get some white in here. Hold it in a place that's not currently wet. I may come in and hit that with metallic later, but for now it can just be blue. It won't hurt anybody. Quite literally holding the weapon so it doesn't snap as I paint it. It's not going to be a rough and tumble model that I let my son play with. It's going to be on the shelf and used in games. I'll do the staff in another color too, so I'm not too concerned with being neat there. Getting the paint on at the moment. Can clean it up later. What are you guys up to? Staying out of trouble? Nice and quiet down here without any workers. Super frustrating because we are so close to being done with this stupid remodel. We're like days away. There's maybe 2 full days worth of work, but they're never here. Or they're here for an hour and then leave because they've got another job. My son's stuff is still in the garage in boxes, waiting for his room to be finished so he can have a bedroom. Sleeping on the couch for 6 months. A little frustrating to be 98% done with something and can't quite get over the peak. We'll get there. Just need to be done by Thanksgiving. They've got a tiny amount of time. Alright, that's painted white. It'll be blue here in a moment. Little gem in there. Let's make that little gem a special color. I'll pull that out. Make it pretty. Definitely hidden in there. Up to the green. Awesome, Justin. Thanks for coming out, bud. Yeah, I'm digging the Robot Legions, that's for sure. That's very cool models. Slowly building up an army. Only have a couple of walkers left to paint. Washed and ready for dry brushing. Some guys. One for each weapon type from last month's Patreon, and then this is an older walker. It's like a repair bot as far as I can tell. It's got those like arms with pieces of robot in them. So it's like a walker collector of spare parts bot. Pretty cool. Alright. What we got here? So the gem's gonna dry. That thing's gonna dry. I can do the purple on his little armor pieces. He's gotta have a little bit of purple on him to match the rest of the army. Have a little bit of that purple. How's it going, Gunner? Just getting by. Figured I'd do a stream on a kind of crazy day and give people an opportunity to go away from the madness. Get away from the world for a little bit. Nothing's going on in the hobby cave. just painting. Painting and the hum of the 3D printer. Alright, let's do the little pauldrons. How much resin have I gone through? Oh, that's a dangerous question. Oh boy. Probably, I think I've gone through 6 bottles of resin in the past 2 months. It's about 90, 160, 180 bucks worth of resin. But I printed probably $2,000 worth of figures if I were buying them from like GW prices. So 180 for 3,000 minus the other expenses. I'd say that's worth it. I'm really thinking hard about the GW holiday boxes this year. I was looking at the Necron box. I'm like, oh, that would be cool to have. I always like Necrons. Hence the Robot Legion army that I'm currently painting. But then started really thinking about it. Well, that's $300 for the box of Necrons. I could buy $300 worth of, or $150 worth of resin and $150 on models, STL file models, and print off way more than what's in that box. So I'm kind of going back and forth. Is it worth it to get the official Necrons when I already have a Necron army and really can kind of get away with not getting any more? There's nothing in that box that I absolutely need. So I'm a little torn on what to do there. And this is purple, I swear it is. It's the camera the camera is being testy. Just can't quite get the color settings right on it, so it's showing off just slightly off. So this purple gem looks blue under the camera. The green is almost accurate, but the purples are definitely showing up towards blue. Definitely have to get in and tweak the settings some more. We'll see. Or just think that I'm colorblind or something. Yeah, at this point, I'd say most of the GW prices don't feel worth it. Because now everything is in comparison to what I can print. So am I going to pay that $60 for a unit of 3 Necron whatevers? Or I could buy 2 bottles of resin for $60 and print off another 50 models. So it's a tough situation for GW to be in, because I can't be the only one who's doing the math and saying maybe it's not worth it. That being said, if I didn't have the printer, then I would definitely be down on some of those boxes. That Necron box is awesome. The Space Marine box is okay if you need more infantry. No Phobos in it, which is good, because they're just like really pushing the Phobos hard lately. The AdMech box is also really good. Quite a competitive. Have you done the platforms or tanks for Robot? Just the walkers so far. And I printed off a couple of the speeder bikes too, but I haven't done any of the tanks yet. I'm not quite as enthusiastic about the design for those big things. The one that came out this last month didn't really grab me. And so I may print off one here soon, but not in a hurry. I'll probably end up doing it just because I'm a bit of a completionist and want one of everything. But overall, the Robot Legion stuff has been super high quality, like design wise. Very pleased with the money spent, and being a Patreon member, getting a little bit of a discount on my mini factory, whatever the website is. But pretty significant discount, so it's nice to go back and be able to pick up the models that I wasn't around for because I didn't know about it until just recently, and didn't have a printer until just recently. Alright, what color should we make that gem? That color should be different than everything else. What if we make it yellow? I think that might be enough of a difference. Gunner, what's in that star, that Clan Heavy Battle Mech star? Do you know what models are in that? Off the top of your head? So I haven't really seen any of the boxes, and it's been so long since that Wave 2 order thing came up and went, and I didn't get a whole lot of mechs. I just got a couple of boxes, since I already had a bunch of them. But they're all kind of the older designs of... Let's do yellow. Nice bright yellow. Either YouTube is being dumb, or I just lost all of my viewers. I guess we'll find out. Just talking to myself here. Must be a day that ends in Y. Talking to myself. Yep, yellow was a good choice. Focus. There we go. Looking good. Looking good. Heavy hitting stuff. Hence the name heavy, right? Is it the one that has the stone rhino in it? I don't have enough stone rhino. That's what I need to print. I don't think I printed anything yet. I need to go through what I have. I'll get my... This was just what I printed in the last day off the printer. So quite a few new things to paint. I'm going to do a mech drop for my two Battletech buddies. And so I'm printing off multiples. Each of them is going to get one of each mech here. Get a Grizzly, Banshee, King Crab, Jenner 2C, Masakari. And of course we're all three of us are Jade Falcons. So gotta go with the Jade Falcon mechs. Got a K2. I don't even know what this guy is. I think I might have just downloaded that one because his arm looked cool. I don't know what this guy is. He's got an arm rack of LRMs. Thought that looked cool. Came out. And then got a little assassin. The smaller mechs are kind of hit or miss. Like even this Jenner 2C's foot is kind of wonky. So it's just okay enough to keep, but last 3 times or so I've tried to print a Jenner 2C, it did not come out. It's a little bit of a crapshoot. Oh, Evan Jaguar, that's my mech. That's my mech. That's that's my main character's mech. Let's see, I've got one over here. Even though it's traditionally a Smoke Jaguar clan mech, my Jade Falcon character runs one that he collected off of in a battle with the Smoke Jaguars. But awesome mech. And, some of the variations are quite useful. Pretty cool. All right, I think I need to do let's do a little bit of dry brushing, and then I'll call it good because I need to make the wife some lunch. All right, I'll do a little bit of dry brushing. Your clan wolf? Oh, sheesh. Well, it's alright, no one's perfect. We all have our flaws. I won't hold it against you. It's a friendly rivalry until we destroy your clan. Excuse me. It's all fun and games until someone's clan gets absorbed. Well, if you were better, you'd have won, right? Just look at the scoreboard. I don't know what to tell you. I like these not scarabs more than the scarabs for the Necrons. These have personality to them. Two more down and 6 more to go. Gotta have lots of scarabs. I think there's 3 variations of the design for printing, if I recall correctly. Nobody's perfect. That's my line. Definitely not one of those people who takes it seriously and like gets actually upset between like clans and Inner Sphere and between the clans. Like, I don't care what you play. It's all fun and silly and stupid. Variations of dictatorial regimes. My dictatorship's better than your dictatorship. Okay. This will be good. Let's start this one at least. I've got a little time. I have a fondness for support units in armies, like stuff that doesn't, maybe not directly has a impact on the fighting, though this guy does have a big gun. I haven't seen his stats or anything, so. But units that kind of help other units, or booster units, or healing units, I like those kinds of things in my armies. Just hit the edges here. Big fan of airbrushing, not airbrushing, dry brushing. I know some people out there kind of bash it, but I don't listen to those kinds of people. because who needs that kind of negativity in your life? If it looks good to you, then it looks good. And don't let other people dictate how you feel about things. You didn't do edging like I do. It's not as good. I don't care. Life is too short to care about such things. The gold over the red, it looks like the red was originally like a nice paint, and then it has worn off over time, so it's showing the gold along the edges. It's almost like it's been sandblasted. So adds to that kind of aged look like you would like with certain space robot armies. Looks like they've been around the block once or twice and destroyed a planet or two. They generally like that in my definitely like it in my grimdark armies. The armies should look like they've been fighting. I don't want an army that's just off the assembly line and looking all brand spanking new. I'm not sure you'd want that in your real world anyway. You're going to be more afraid of the soldiers that look like they're fresh out of basic, or you're going to be afraid of the grizzled guys who look like they've done this a few times before. I think I would go with option B. Dry brushing is fun. Alright, we're getting just about done with this guy. Of all the walkers, I like this guy the most. He's got a little bit more personality, I think, than the other ones. Maybe it's the neck that's kind of going off to look around at something. I like that one a lot. So now I could have spent all day doing edge highlights on this, but just in the simple act of dry brushing makes it look that much cooler. So you can talk smack about dry brushing if you want, but I think it works quite nicely. It's a laugh and a chance. Absolutely. I didn't share. Someone recognized the sticker on the back of my car. I have a Gene Stealer Cult sticker. That the little worm thing that goes around in the circle. And I was getting the snow tires put on, and a guy noticed it at the shop. Filthy Xenos! I was just laughing. Have a nice day. We'll be consuming your planet later. I think this is one of the first times that I've run into like a Warhammer fan outside of a game shop. Like not within that confines of that environment. So that was pretty neat. Alright, he's looking pretty good. Almost will start working on him. But I don't think I can. Go make a launch here. Yeah, this will be the next kind of project I do probably tomorrow while the stair guy is working, and he'll get that set up. Okay, going. Definitely a fan of the Robot Legion. Get this. We'll get these lined up here, and then we'll say goodbye. Don't have the one that I finished the other day. So this one will look a lot like this one by the end of that journey. It's got kind of the green green power circles around. He's got kind of green buggy eyes, red buggy eyes. Burp. And yeah. And I did end up. I know someone on Reddit was asking if I buy bases for them. I did buy bases for these ones because some of the legs didn't quite print right. They don't sit straight, and so I have to put them on a base because this every once in a while one of their legs are not quite flush with the rest. This one has the same problem. His leg is up, so I think he does sit. Nope, it doesn't sit flat. So I took the printing mistake, and instead of just printing again, I cut off the little broken bit and then glued it, so now it looks like he's raising his leg, and that piston that's on the other side, you can see that piston is just in your mind's eye inside of the machine as it's lifting its leg. So it looks quite natural, like it's on purpose. So overall, they print really well. Like if you ask someone to just at first glance identify, are these made in an injection printer or on a 3D resin printer, we'd have to look pretty close to find it, especially once they're primed and painted, because then that fills in a lot of the little doodads. All right, I hate to do it, but I need to go and make the wife some lunch because I'm just going to be nice like that, and I will let you go. Thanks for coming out. I know we got lots of viewers today. It's awesome. So appreciate it. Came and watched. Have a nice, relaxing day. Don't let things get to you. Enjoy your weekend, and I will hopefully see you later. Okay, take care.